So G-Roar ended up having his first red day of 2024 yesterday. He ended up buying put options at open for 40 cents a contract, and the trade did not work out. But if you can't afford to have one red day, if you can't afford to lose $40 in a contract, it's like, dude, don't even bother trading. My fucking people, my fucking traders, they come back strong and fucking resilient after a red day. G fucking Roar ended up going 3 for 3 on the fucking day. Let me fucking show you what's going on here inside of Team Roar. Look at this, man. We got a real-time options trade alert system. Who the fuck is printing like this? Right here at 9:29 a.m., have the option chains open and ready for precise execution. Let's buy 511 SPY calls for 40 cents a contract. In between the trade, he gives his analysis, explains his reasoning on why he's in the trade, and then as you could see, he ended up selling those call options for over a 60% win at the speed of light at 60 cents a contract, breaking down the full fucking play. And the winning does not stop there. This was an amazing trade. Take a look at this one. At 10:49 a.m., let's buy 507 SPY puts for 35 cents a contract. And then he had explained that he was looking for a break below this trend line. When the SPY gaps up, once it starts cracking below the low of day, after it gaps up, after it opens up higher than the previous closing prices, it's going to start to have a gap breakdown. It's going to start to crash, and it's going to start to fill the gap below and head back down to the PCP, the previous closing price. With that being said, the SPY did exactly what he expected it to do, and it cracked that trend line. Those fucking put options printed at the speed of fucking light. He ended up selling at 83 cents a contract, 20 hearts, breaking down the full fucking play. As soon as he got out of those puts, the SPY reversed at the gap. It reversed at the previous closing price. That fucking gap close reversal strategy has been printing at the speed of fucking light for the past 2 fucking weeks. He ended up using the gap breakdown and the gap fill strategy on that particular play. As soon as he fucking sold, he got 31 fucking goat emojis, and it reversed right at the fucking gap. Who the fuck's got 31 fucking goats? I'll tell you fucking who. Fucking G fucking Roar, dude. Who the fuck is printing like this, man? I don't see a single fucking guy out here with a real-time options trade alert system printing at the speed of fucking light, buying far out of the money option contracts that are extremely cheap, selling deep in the money for multiple 100% profit gainers every single fucking day with a 95% win rate. The winning doesn't stop there. I ended up taking this trade. I sold into the move. On one of my levels, when it hit, I felt it was going to have a rejection. I sold into the move. I scaled out. I made a 30% win on this trade. We had members take this trade. They got profit stopped out. With that being said, let's buy 509 SPY calls for 21 cents. I sold that particular trade. I waited for it to drop a little bit. I got in at 18 cents. I sold for a 30% win at the speed of fucking light. He went 3 for 3 on the fucking day. It's like, dude, who the fuck is printing like us? With that being said, in terms of yesterday, Uncle Tio, after G-Roar lost, Uncle Tio ended up coming into the chat. He had 2 wins on Tesla. Yesterday on SPX, I had 3 wins on SPX. I had a 20% win where I got profit stopped out. I had an 80% win, then I had a 150% profit return. On this SPX play I bought yesterday, I bought these contracts at 3. I sold them at the exact fucking peak before SPX reversed, and they were in the 8 fucking hundreds. In terms of today, during my power hour trading session, it wasn't the best. I had some wins. I had some losses. I had one nice win where I bought contracts at 100. I sold them at 330. And then I had some L's as well. One of the puts that I bought, it just did not work out. Then I bought another put after that. It went up 100%. If you set profit stops, you could have made money on the second one. But that one just didn't work out. But with that being said, man, I went green every single fucking day this week. Every single day this year, I've only had one red day. G-Roar just had his first red day yesterday. He came back with 3 fucking wins in a row. Look at this, man. The gap fill strategy. The SPY had a massive gap up. It had a double top right here, a red 30-minute bearish confirmation, and then it starts again to fill that gap below, and it was forming that lower highs. G-Roar absolutely fucking crushed it on that play for the gap breakdown to fill the gap below. And then, as we've been telling you for the past 2 fucking weeks, it's like, dude, the gap close reversal. There was a wick at the fucking gap. As soon as fucking G-Roar sold his puts at the fucking peak, the SPY reversed at the speed of fucking light. You guys are well aware, when the SPY's a gap up and it comes crashing back down to fill that gap below, and it's hitting that pre-market low support for the first time, it's likely going to have a bounce. Of course, we're going to be scaling out of puts on there with that massive rejection, making over 100% profit return at the speed of fucking light. It's like, dude, the gap close reversal trading strategy worked once again. If you are serious about getting involved in a private organization that has a real-time options trading alert system that is backed by multimillionaires, that is backed by people who have net worths of 7, 8, 9 figures, they don't just fucking trade, they own businesses as well, I would suggest you click the link below in the description and you come start printing with us. We don't see a single private organization out there who has a real-time options trading alert system where you can also chat with inside the Roar community. Inside the Roar community, you can chat and you can ask G-Roar questions. So if you are serious about getting involved in our private organization, it's going to be the first link down below within the description. You can start printing with us at the speed of fucking light. If not, for $2,000, then you fucking tell us. Who the fuck is printing like us, man? Who has a real-time options trading alert system that is printing at the speed of light during the morning, middle of the day, power hour, where you can also talk and chat with G-Roar within the Roar community inside the chat room? You can ask him fucking questions. It's like, dude, who the fuck is doing this, man? If you're serious about getting involved with it, it's going to be the first link down below within the description. With that being said, I'm heading back to the shadows.